Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran. Today we'll be diving into Hunter. The first time I'm getting to play Hunter in the Tower of Torghast. I'm gonna start as Survival just because that's the spec I prefer, but I will switch around to Beast Mastery or Marksman depending on the animal abilities we have. Also, you'll see the interior of Torghast is a little different. This whole tower experience looking like it's going up and up and up. You have portals here on the left that will take you to quest-specific events that you need to do inside of Torghast. You'll rescue certain leaders of those covenants from the tower, but also you can go to the right hall where you go for essentially the Eternal Tower experience. Now, this will start you at level 1, like it's supposed to, and you can go as high as you can until you hit that stop. So you'll finally get the full experience. I want to kind of go on the Hunter for about an hour or so, get through a bunch of levels, see what abilities we have with the animal powers. They also changed the Tower Torghast, which will be super fun to do, because every day it rotates which Covenant ability you have. I don't know if that's how the tower itself gonna work in the final product, but on the alpha client, we get to switch around with abilities. So this week is Kyrian. So I get the resonating arrow, which will create, it's kind of like an arrow, used to be a trap. It's like an enhanced version of a flare that will put enemies with, make them more likely to be crit by abilities. That's all this really does. It has some fun things with line of sight too. And also I have the Steward, which is the other Kyrian ability. So I'll be able to get a Vial of Serenity, which will be kind of nice because Hunter is pretty squishy. But let's dive in, see what Covenant abilities or animal abilities we can get throughout the experience. And oh my goodness, did I just... Oh, I guess you can't click because there's no animal abilities. Normally, I think you'd be able to click on it. I thought I broke it already. But yeah, we'll start as Survival. This is the spec that I prefer. I had one run yesterday to test out one of the other Covenant abilities, the Necrolord one with the Death Chakram. That was fun. If you launch a flare into your tower trap, all enemies inside the tower trap will burn on fire damage every 1.9 patrols. We have to go with Ignition. I think that would be such a cool combo, and honestly, why is this not a talent? So let's test this out off the bat. We're gonna drop down the flare on top of tower trap. Are enemies burning? I think they actually were burning. They had a extra debuff, it looked like, with the flare. Next time I'll try it. Already got an extra Covenant thing right here. So I'm just gonna try to see if I can get through the run for as fast as possible. Trying to see what abilities we can face, if we can kill some bosses. I'll try to go kind of quick if I can. Also, there's different torments in the tower. So in the first level of the torment, because all the enemies are fire-based, as you can see, a lot of them have like affinity for fire-based abilities. A lot of them are going to have, well, firebolts casting, fan in the flames. There's going to be fires underground, and there's a torment on this floor. So for 1% of maximum health is fire damage every 5 seconds. It does seem to work. Okay, so it is doing stuff. It actually is proccing on me. But essentially, that's some of the other things that Blizzard have added into the tower, just to make sure that people aren't sitting until the cooldowns to fight every single trashback and mob in the future. It's kind of like a soft timer, but Blizzard themselves stated they don't want to put a timer on Torghast. So like in Mythic Plus Dungeons where you have a timer currently, they don't want to recreate that. They don't want to recreate another timer like M Plus does. They know that people hate it. They're messing with it, they're testing it, it's probably not going to be finalized, it's not going to be the final product at least, so just be aware when you're looking at some of the changes in the tower. And so far Survival Hunter seems to be able to get through everything quite handily. I'm able to get through the enemies quite quickly, and this is going to be the ending. So that's the first floor down with only a few animal abilities. Hopefully I'll be able to blaze through the rest of the floors fairly quickly. Let's drop down the new ability. So what this does is makes enemy more likely to be crit by abilities, and if we are ever line of sighting the enemy, we can still hit him with abilities that would normally be line of sighted. I can throw grenades through the wall, and I can kill command from afar. If I go for aspect of the eagle, I can still hit from a distance. The radius increased by 100% of charge trap. Enemies affected by your traps deal 24% less damage. Let's go for bigger trap radius, just so we can combo it together more with flares. I need to use it on an enemy by itself, just to make sure this ability works. So I'm probably going to try to run up on a group of enemies, keep my pet passive, drop down the... Yeah, let's keep my pet passive, drop down the flare, and... So they are burning. There is fire damage, and it's quite good fire damage. The amount of damage these guys have taken is quite high, so I'm very happy with that. What ability do we have? Target of your misdirection has their damage increased by 20%. Wing Clipper roots the target. So we're gonna make our Serpent do even more damage. I kill command with him plenty, so he should be able to be pretty powerful throughout most of this run. We actually can't buy anything else. Okay, so maybe getting some Phantasm when we don't have any good abilities early on might be a good idea. Huh, that seems pretty busted. I can just drop down the flare and with the trap and feign death, and they'll try to kill my pet, which they won't really be able to. And I can kind of just survive it scot-free. I'm not against that at all. Oh, that's a different boss. Observer Zelgar. I've never seen a floating orb like that before. At least in the Tower of Torghast. See what ability we get. Casting speed reduced. Let's go with the casting speed. We already have a couple debuffs that we apply anyway. Haste, which is needed for Mark's survival. Mastery is fine. Okay, that'll be everything. And I think we'll just bloodlust this guy when we go in for the damage. I don't know what he really does, but we're gonna drop everything on him. Every ability used. Popping cooldowns. Hopefully that'll do maybe a little bit extra. Focus blast. Uh-oh. Arrow strike. That's what I should have avoided last time. Ocular beam. We have a pet to tank all of this. He spins. Interesting. Gotta redot him. Lots of kill commands are up. Trying to be as efficient with our focus generation abilities as possible. Almost have the kill command. Focus blast. Watch out. I'm running into stuff. Focus blast again. Another focus blast. We have kill command back up almost. I probably should be popping on a Hunter's Mark on these guys, honestly. And he kind of disappears like a balloon. Alright. Never seen that boss before, but looked quite interesting. What ability do we have? Please work. When choosing this power, at the start of each floor, you gain effective coordinated assault for a minute. Disengage drops a random trap where you leave from, and where you land, I like that. Gain Birds of Prey talent. Birds of Prey is here, so I can have that with chakrams. I kind of like the trap playstyle. Can we just be a big trap boy? Can we be a trap hunter? Oh, knockback trap. Okay. A variety of different traps that can be used, I think mostly defensively. Resurrection damage is higher. I like that, so the pet can do even more damage. 40% extra damage. Wow. Imagine using this on Beast Mastery. That'd be nuts. Dropping in a trap increases the only pet's damage by 25%. Wow, this trap build seems really strong. Does it work with disengage, however? I guess we'll find out. I dropped traps. Does it increase my damage? We got the damage to knock around. Okay, it does not work with the bonus traps that we have. So that does not work with bonuses at all. Trying to do as much damage as we can to the enemy. Enough damage, maybe? Big execute? Trying to make a finish. Should I be putting in Serpent Sting on the enemy when I have my cooldowns up? It feels a little bit awkward to use. Extra stats and regeneration or health. We're gonna go for extra stats and regen. Here is buttons for our ally. I like this trap setup. So, oh no, it does give you a bonus. Okay, so trap mastery with disengage gives you a bonus, and so does drop in normal traps. Okay, well that works out for me then. That means we actually have ourselves a really cool setup. 25% extra damage whenever we drop in traps. We should be dropping traps regularly, so we can swap between disengage and dropping down charge trap itself, which we can flare. If we drop down 2 charge traps on top of the enemy, that'll be really strong. Or if you can somehow get multiple charge traps at the same time. Nope, not a charge trap. Still lots of damage though. My pet can handle most of the attacks that he's thrown at him. As long as I don't get a debuff, then I'm okay. Oh, probably wasn't a good idea to get up close like that. Nope, wasn't a good idea at all. Just use whatever ranged abilities we have. Okay. Oh, that was going to be really bad. So now that we didn't get a debuff from him, we don't have to clear any permanent debuffs. And instead we can use an ability that will silence the enemy. And it'll create quite a bit of burst damage in the opener. It is quite strong. And if we can get a bunch of them, then we can have a little bit of momentary burst when we first engage with a set of enemies. It's overall been quite strong of an ability. Oh my god. I feel kind of like a badass, honestly. Just blazing through enemies like that on my survival hunter. It feels kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. I like this build I got going on so far. Huge fan. Big fan. We'll pop a vial so we can increase that damage even further. Oh my god, the damage is actually kind of nuts. It looks like that ocular beam has a knockback effect to it. Not that I'd be able to do much about it. Yeah, the pet keeps getting knocked back, but it's okay. Oh, huge setup. Big burst. I don't even get to use my Hunter's Mark that often, which sucks. I should be better at that, but that's either way. Drop a trap, increases damage even further. Certain animal cells offer a different choice. Let's go for this the big trapper build, dude. That's what maybe... Why is this not a cooldown for... why is this not a talent for survival hunters? You drop down a trap, you do more damage. I think that would be really cool. Oh, I just blew myself up. I backed up with a trap, and the trap did enough damage, I think, that blew all these guys up. I just disengaged. What trap was it that blew everybody up? Deaths remaining 4. I have 4 deaths remaining? I thought I was supposed to only have 3, but okay. That'll work. I did not realize I had all this. Alright, let's just run by through all this. Traps, please don't screw me over. Okay. That was a lot of damage. Oh my god, this is quite a large chunk of damage. Kinda hoping my pet does most of the stuff here. Damn, disengage into grenade just obliterates things. I love it. Stunning a target with intimidating, increase your crit chance by 100% and critical damage by 150. Wow. Okay. Hey, how's it going? Let's stun you. Drop a trap on you. I don't want to use this for something, but I guess I'm not going to be able to. Let's just throw a grenade. That does so much damage, it's not even funny. Okay, we got an enemy here, finally, a big one. And we're gonna stun him in just a second. Okay, stun, here we go. I thought he had plenty of health to go, but apparently he didn't have a lot of health. He died very, very quickly. Wow. I found a friend. Oh, I never heard his voice before. Glory to earn.
What have you done lately?
Helped you? Yeah, kind of. What about you?
Everyone has to start somewhere, right?
I started at level 1. Where'd you start at? Level 16? Meh, probably not. Otherwise you wouldn't have been captured. Is that what he said? Storm coming? I can feel it in my bones? That's funny, because, you know, he's bony and all. Oh, this should be huge damage here. Oh, messing these guys up. Hardcore. Oh, God. Yeah, Mongoose Bite does a lot of damage. Or Raptor Strike, because I don't have Mongoose Bite right now. That's quite a lot.
Do I know you?
No, you don't know me. Maybe. My name is Dalaran the Rogue. I have a YouTube channel. Might have heard of me. Ah, this guy is fun to have some quips with. Yeah, kill command damage. This sounds like... The more kill commands I'm getting, the more I want to play Beast Mastery. But because Survival also has kill command, and this trap build is so much fun, I'd rather play Survival at this point. Pop everything on him. Get him dotted up. Full cooldowns. Dropping out trap. Stun. And get as many Raptor Strikes as we can. Just blasting him with Raptor Strikes. That was awesome. That was actually really, really cool. I like that. And that's going to be the end of the run? Huh. Exit Torghast. So I guess you would have to start at level 20. If you want to do like a hard mode? So there is like there's no real way to just start from level 1 and then continue on and on and on. Or is there going to be in the future and this is set up just for testing? Now that is something interesting to inspect. It looks like it's impossible to currently start the Tower of Torghast at level 1 and then continue forever until the point where you cannot continue the level any further. We have no idea right now if this is done on purpose for testing changes or just for us to test the different level intervals, or if this is how the actual tower experience will run. So it's a 50-50, but because of how Blizzard said the tower is supposed to run and this not really being exactly what they said, I am almost inclined to believe that this is just done for testing. But just to make sure you guys are aware, we have no idea if this is how the tower is going to be. The idea was, at least a lot of us believe, you're supposed to start level 1 and then continue forever until you can't go any further. And right now it seems that that's not the case. Even though I feel like with my setup, I was starting to struggle with certain enemies and starting to slow down with how fast I had to kill them. But I was still going steady, and I definitely could have continued for another 20, 30, 40 levels, it feels like. Either way, thank you guys so much for checking out this video on the Survival Hunter in the Tower of Torghast. Let me know what your thoughts are on some of the anima abilities you were messing with, like the whole trap build that was actually super fun, which some of those abilities would maybe go and become passives for survival and other specs of Hunter, or maybe someone like talents. Anyway, you guys let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a lot of fun and hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see all of you guys in another video.